Hi, I'm Kelly,
I'm Allison.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Kristen.
and this is Fear and Wine. Hello, and happy Halloween. We are Fear and Wine, and we are doing a special bonus episode for Halloween this week. You should be hearing it today on Halloween Day. So happy Halloween, everyone. And we are going to talk about some of our own personal spooky stories with ghosts or just strange things happening. But before we get into all of that, do you guys have any movies that you like to watch every year for Halloween, like must-sees?
Tradition to watch every year.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I mean, I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but Hocus Pocus, come on.
Oh, yeah, that's a
That's a
that's a
classic.
good one. I know,
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
gotta
watch
watch
that
that.
one.
Now, 2, did you guys watch the second one? Kristen, I don't know if you watched
I
Hocus
did.
Pocus. You saw
No,
the second one, Kelly?
Mhm.
I don't love it the way you guys do. I definitely saw it at some point, but I'm sorry. Is it musical? Because I feel like I might have pushed it on a little.
Barely.
Yeah, there's like a
There's, like,
couple
2
music.
2 songs.
Yeah.
There's, like, 2
Okay, that
songs in
might
the
have done it
first
for
one.
me.
I don't really
Mm,
remember the second one. I know I didn't like it nearly as much as the first one,
mhm.
Yeah. It was
but
okay, but they definitely should have brought a lot of the original cast back, in my opinion, but
mhm.
that's okay, that's okay. But, I mean, I'm more of, like, you guys know me, and I lean more towards, like, the family-friendly type genre of Halloween movies. The Hubie Halloween, this Adam Sandler one that's on Netflix, love
Mhm.
it. My kids and I watched it probably a dozen times last year. I've
That's
already
too
watched it a
cute.
couple times this year. I love that movie. It's so fun. It's silly. It's stupid. It's got a lot of cameos in it. If you're just looking for something kind of like silly and cute to watch for Halloween, I
Mhm.
Family
highly
friendly.
recommend. Yeah, yeah, definitely family friendly for sure.
Yeah.
It's actually rated PG-13, which I was surprised. I mean, there's some like I guess innuendo and some jokes in there that are sort of more
Mhm.
adult, but for the most part, I think it could have gotten away with the PG, but that's okay.
Okay.
But
I'm just a
yeah,
bad
those
parent. I was
no.
watching the worst horror movies with my
Oh,
kids when they were little.
no.
Seriously. Mm.
Your kids love horror though,
They
right?
do, but I think that's I mean, well, so going back in time, I think I told this story once before on here, did I, about Ruby and the it and the toilet and then
I
not
Yes.
going to the
don't
bathroom?
remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So, yeah, one of her earliest, experiences was definitely traumatic when it came to horror films, and then the same thing actually happened with Gremlins because there's a scene where one of the bad gremlins comes out of the toilet too, but either
Mm.
way, now she loves them, I mean, more than anybody, so it's kinda funny how that developed. Starting with fear, kinda like
Mhm.
Kelly, with the closet
Mhm.
and
Right.
mhm,
Yep.
mhm,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
so
think when you start them young, you just kinda they get over that initial shock, and then it's just like, "Okay, it's just a
Yeah.
movie."
I
Yeah,
agree,
that's true. That's
I
true. It
agree.
almost desensitizes them a little, but that's not I mean, that's not always a bad thing because it is like, it's silly for me to be, you know, afraid to watch things when I know it's a person dressed up or with makeup on or, that there's cameras all around recording what I'm watching. It's, like, crazy, but I guess that's
Yeah,
the whole point of the movie, you know?
Yeah.
totally. Well, I guess I'll go next.
Mhm.
I didn't wanna go with the cliche Halloween, even though that really is the only one that I
Yep.
tend to watch over and over in the month of October, but what I've been doing for a few years now. And I kind of fell off this time because we're more focused on the episodes that we're doing of them and everything else that I haven't been watching as many horror films. But usually I take the month of October and then I watch one horror film a night leading up to Halloween. And that's kind of
I love
my
Oh,
that.
fun
nice.
little tradition. And I started one this evening that I'm going to finish. It's called Bone Lake. And I'm totally in now because it's funny. It's got like a funny edge, but it's
Is that
also
one of the
pretty.
newer
Yeah.
film? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I've seen that. I've
Where's
seen,
that
like
one?
It's streaming. I need to look again. I'll let you know because
Oh,
I
okay.
can't even remember which one I pulled it up on now at this point, but it's definitely on it's streaming now, so you don't have to go to the movies or anything to see it, so,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've
yeah.
seen that advertised a lot, and I was curious to know how that was.
So far, I'm enjoying it very much, so
Yeah?
mhm,
Huh.
Yeah, I'm like you, I'm behind on I try to watch way more than this in
mhm.
October, but I'm just behind on everything. So hopefully this week I can get a few more in. I always have to watch my Cabin in the Woods because that's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm like you, though, Halloween is usually the one I will watch all of
Yeah.
them, even though some of them are just plain awful. I
Oh,
will
there's a
watch all
couple
of the
bad ones.
Halloweens.
There's a
Yeah.
couple really bad ones,
What about
Mhm.
actually.
the newer ones that are like the Rob Zombie ones? Have you watched those?
Those are good. The first
Yeah?
one that he did was really good.
Hmm.
Are those the ones where they brought Kyle Richards back, these last couple? Are those the Rob
Oh,
Zombie ones?
was she in
N
some of the newer ones?
no, no,
Or is
She's
no,
it both?
okay,
no.
she's in the last 2 new ones because
Okay.
she's in
Boy,
the
if you haven't
original,
seen it, you
and
should.
then
They
I've never
basic
heard of them
Oh,
of the
you
Rob
need to
Zombie
watch
ones.
it. He basically remakes the first one, but
Oh, okay.
uses, he always uses his wife and kinda like the cast of characters that he uses in his other films.
Mhm.
It's really good, and they make, Michael Myers truly terrifying in that one. Like, I think in the
Okay.
first I can't even explain it. The first one, he just never felt that and there's something funny, almost comical
Well,
about him
you
just,
know,
like,
when
creeping in
I
the background all the time or
when I
something.
learned like peeking around trees, when I
Yeah.
learned that the mask was
Mm.
made from a William Shatner mask,
Yeah,
it's like all
yeah.
I can see now.
That's funny. But
Yeah.
he's much scarier in the Rob Zombie one, so I
Oh,
think you'd
Oh,
okay.
like it, Kelly. Maybe watch
Yeah.
that one for Halloween this year for a
Okay, I'll
change.
do that. I never knew that was a thing. Yeah, the
yeah.
Yeah,
last one
maybe
I
I'll watch it
saw
too. Okay.
was, when Kyle came back, and I was like, "Alright, I guess we're doing that," so,
Well,
yeah.
Rachel's
Uh,
coming over Thursday, and we're gonna watch something scary, so if you wanna come over, we could watch that.
Okay.
oh, that's
Alright,
cool.
let
I
me
love
know.
that you
Yeah.
guys do that. And speaking
Yeah.
of the way you say you normally watch a movie like each night in October leading up, that
Mhm.
reminds me of the old like I don't remember if it was like ABC Family or one of those channels or Disney or whatever. They would always have like the 13 Nights of Halloween or
Oh,
whatever, and
yeah.
they would kind of do something along those lines, but they were movies geared more towards myself. Probably not stuff you'd care to watch, but all the classics, the family-friendly stuff, and that's so fun. Halloween has crept up so fast.
I
It
know, way too
did.
fast.
I know.
Way too
I was
fast.
with my Allison and I were out of town this weekend. So Allison's not with us today, by the way. She's sick. We just
Oh,
got back
yeah.
in town and she's a little under the weather, but we were visiting some family and my 8-year-old cousin, he was talking about all the stuff he's not allowed to watch for Halloween that his mom won't let him watch, but his dad is my first cousin. So I don't know his
Mm.
mom as well, but his dad lets him watch. So he kept like whispering it. I was like, "But your mom's not here. So what all do you watch?" He's like, "Well, I'm not supposed to watch. I can't watch Hocus Pocus because it has witches in it." But I
Oh.
know what it's about and I know what happens. He's like, "And I
Oh,
can't
that's
watch Harry
funny.
Potter because it has witches, but I've seen all the Harry Potters." I was like, "Oh,
You're like, "Oh, we can connect on that."
Oh my gosh. Are you guys
yeah."
dressing up as anything this year?
I was gonna ask
No.
you the same thing. I
I
might
decided to do it. I just ordered everything today,
Oh,
Did
so
you
you?
did? Are you
yep,
doing the
I'm
costume
going as
that you wanted to do?
Gladys. Yep.
Gladys?
From
Mhm.
Nice.
Muffins? Yeah. I
Mhm.
love it. I can't wait to see that.
I
I'm
can't
actually excited
either.
for it now. Mhm.
Are you going anywhere to a party or anything, or are you just gonna
Well,
hand out candy?
my daughter's no, I'm probably gonna be chauffeuring my daughter around to the places she wants to go, but in between, some of our friends are gonna be at a brewery downtown that's having, like, a costume party
Mhm.
thing,
Mhm.
and then I know that the Bone's doing that bar crawl thing, so I might stop by just to say hi to a couple of our buds
Yeah.
on one of those
Oh,
trips.
that'd be
I like
fun.
the Emerald on Central, it's really low key, so if I decide to stop anywhere, it would be
Hey, you
there.
should enter one of the costume contests. They're having like a $500 prize at each of the
I
bars that
heard
they're
that.
stopping at. You
Listen, I
might
Oh,
could use that
really?
win.
$500,
I'm
so I'm gonna try.
saying.
Yeah, Rachel's gonna help me with my makeup, and she's going
Nice.
as Mia Wallace, so,
Oh,
Okay.
it'll be
cool.
fun. Mhm.
That's so cool. I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
the last few days I was thinking because I have these little vampire fangs that are like the kind you mold to your teeth, and I don't
Cute.
know, they're fun to wear, but it's like I feel like an idiot wearing them. So
Not
I
on
was
Halloween.
thinking I should I wanted to get the stuff to yeah, I know, even on Halloween. But I wanted to be a bat, and then I was gonna wear my vampire fangs so I could be a vampire bat.
Oh, I love that,
But I
Okay.
freaking
waited
bats.
too long, and now it's like I can't find any bat stuff anywhere. It's too late to get anything shipped from
Amazon,
Amazon.
girl.
It's
Are
too
you sure?
late. Yeah,
You
Oh.
can't they
even with
don't have
Prime.
none of it's 2-day
I don't
anymore?
think so. I'll look again, but most everything I saw was,
Now you're
like,
gonna make me look.
gonna be here after Halloween, so I was like, "Womp womp."
Challenge accepted.
But, yeah, I mean, it's fun to dress up. It's like, at least I have the excuse like you do that I have kids, so I can feel less silly about
Yeah.
dressing up because I
Mhm.
take them out trick or treating or what have you, but, I always wished
Yeah.
I could come up with something really cool and clever. I see so many, like, funny, awesome costumes that people, do, like, on TikTok and stuff, and it's like I'm
Mhm.
like, "Man, one of these years, I'm just gonna go all out and do something awesome," but I don't know
Yeah.
what that would
Yeah.
be.
I love the idea of, like, coming up with a creative costume, but then it gets close to Halloween, I was like, I'm not going
Yeah.
anywhere. Where am I
Yeah.
going? Why am I spending money on s something that I'm not
Yeah.
gonna wear out?
Well,
So
next year it'll be a Saturday. Maybe we should consider having a party.
That'd
a
be
little get
fun.
together
Maybe.
of some
Yeah.
sort.
I would go
Yeah.
to someone's house. I don't wanna go out.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
thing is I just don't wanna
exactly.
be out.
Yeah, at somebody's house, just a little small get together, we can dress up. That'd
A
be
soiree.
fun. We should think
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, we did the Kristen and I and Leah was supposed to go, so we took pictures that night at the last, it was several years ago, the last of
Mm,
that, the Bones Bar pub crawl Halloween party things. We just had to
yeah.
superimpose Leah,
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
pictures because she wasn't
Yeah, it was
there.
photoshopped in.
She was photoshopped in, but that was the last time I dressed up and went out somewhere, and if you remember, I was ready to go home about 2
You left
hours
early.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's okay.
you
You
just
can
took
always
off.
leave early too. I don't ever see
I
any
would be
reason.
too, especially at a bar. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just not really my scene. It's fun for a while,
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm not
I'm usually the
I'm not
first to leave everywhere, so it's totally fine with me. I Irish
Yeah.
goodbye sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah,
I
for
also
sure.
another thing as far as the costumes go, I also think group costumes are really cool.
Me too.
Mhm.
Especially when people get super creative with those. I think those are really fun. But I mean, costumes are expensive. Have you been to Spirit Halloween?
They're way too
Mhm.
expensive.
They're
That's why I'm
so
doing this
expensive.
this ragtag put together,
Mhm.
articles of clothing to make a costume. It's way yeah, it usually ends up I saw somebody do a Gladys and then she had a guy who he taped those bug-eyed kinda eyeballs onto his face, and
Oh
when she
yeah.
snapped her stick, he just took off running with his arms behind him.
Yeah.
It was great. Really good. I wish
That's
I had
cool.
like a sidekick for that because that would be good.
Yeah.
I
I know.
know,
I
we need
love when
some little
people do stuff
kids
like
I
that.
refuse
just
to let a
to
man in my life though, so that ain't happening.
Well, it's even better, like, when you have a like, I saw a couple online that were from The Mask, the Jim Carrey movie, so
Mhm.
but
Mm.
it was 2 girls. So one was Jim
Oh,
Carrey
cute.
in his yellow suit and the mask, and the other girl was Cameron Diaz's
Oh,
character,
cute.
and it was so cute.
Perfect.
It was
Alright.
so funny. It's, like, even funnier when you have the roles
That's
are
true.
reversed like that, I
That's
think.
true, actually. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
too.
I feel like weapons is like the perfect, Halloween costume for a parent. You just have your kids run behind you. You
Right.
dress like,
Right.
Gladys in your costume, and then they keep up, and everybody's part of the fun. They don't need to understand what's happening in the movie. They just
No.
need to hold their
Exactly,
arms out and run, and
exactly.
they'll do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Be
Yep.
cheap for you too. Absolutely.
That's true.
Mhm.
I know my daughter went to a Halloween party with, some kids from school, and when I dropped her off, their house was decorated so cool. They had, like, upstairs, they had, like, glow lights, they had a little kid rave, like, that they had created and stuff, but, anyway,
Oh,
it was very last minute that we got her costume, so we stopped at Spirit Halloween, and she ended up choosing Patrick from SpongeBob, but it's just a T-shirt with Patrick's face, and then, like, the shorts that he wears in the show, you know what I mean? And I'm like and
Mhm.
then some socks, and it was like $40. I'm
ugh.
like, I
What?
wouldn't even pay that much for an actual outfit that
T-shirt
I
that I would
Exactly.
wear more
Right,
often, yeah.
right. So, yeah, it's crazy. I go out and I start looking at prices, and I'm like, Maybe I don't need to dress up. Or maybe I'll
Yeah,
just paint my face like a skeleton this year." So,
there you
I'm
go.
just a cheapskate.
Listen, I get it. This in this economy, I can't afford to not be a cheapskate, so you're
Right,
totally fine.
right.
Right, for
I
real.
know it. That's the
So
scariest thing of all.
So now we do have some when we decided to do this bonus episode, it was kind of last minute because we're like, oh my gosh, it's Halloween week. We should
Mhm.
talk about because we're always sharing our own little like spooky stories that we've things that's happened to us in our lives and stuff like that. And then they reminded me that I thought I had shared all of them on here, but that there was an additional one that I had not shared, a little ghost story
Ooh.
of mine. But does anyone have one that they want to tell
Mm.
that they want to start with?
I can go
Kristen, do you
first
have
if you want
any?
this
Yeah.
Okay,
time. Yeah,
yeah,
I
Go
don't
for
mind
it.
going on getting this out of the way because honestly, I haven't had as many, supernatural sorts of experiences like you have, Kelly, but particularly back when I really I don't remember much from my childhood, but when my grandma passed away in 1985, I was like 9 years old, and we had several strange things that happened in our home right around that time. My mom had been looking for my grandma's will and just could not find it. She had turned her room upside down, looked everywhere, couldn't find it, and had pretty much given up and then went to sleep that night. And when she woke up the next morning, we lived in this duplex. My grandma had been on one side and we were on the other. She went back over to the apartment. She was going to look again, and the light was on, the door was open, and the will was sitting out on top of the dresser. And my mom swears that
Oh, wow.
yeah, and she had turned
What?
everything off and locked the door, and she swears by it, so, I mean, my mom
Oh,
does
that's so
exaggerate,
cool.
so, I mean, I don't know, but
I
I had
love
something
stories
weird
like
happen
that.
too, like, I remember at night, right around the time that happened, I had, a crucifix on my wall because, of course, Catholics and their weird, Jesus nailed to the cross obsession, but he was on the wall in my room, and I would pray at night because I was so sad about my grandma. We were like best friends, before she passed away, and the cross would rock back and forth, and I swear to God it did.
Really?
Yep.
Stop.
Swear to God it did.
Oh, that's
What do you
So,
mean it would rock?
like
it would
swing on the wall,
swing on the
kinda?
wall back and forth,
Mm.
just
Oh,
gently move
wow.
back and forth. I swear
Oh
by
my
it. Yeah.
goodness. I believe
So,
you, but that
yeah.
is very
Yeah.
scary.
And it all just happened around that time, and my mom still says that weird things happen to her all the time. I remember Kelly
Mhm.
telling a story of looking for something after a
Mhm.
trip and not being able to
Mhm.
find it. Same thing happened to my mom with her glasses and then looked everywhere, and then she reopened the suitcase and they were sitting right on top. So my
I
Mhm.
mom s
love stories
yeah,
like
my
that.
mom says it's her mom teasing her. That's what she says. So she
Ugh,
sees it as like a mischievous spirit,
I
so
I believe it. I think most of the ones, with the exception of when I stay at, like, known haunted hotels that I a lot of times I stay there, I didn't know it was haunted till something happens, and
mm.
then I look it up later, but I think a lot of times it's just, family members or someone just trying to send you a little sign or,
or be
Mhm.
helpful.
or be helpful, yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's
or be
probably
helpful,
most
you're
of my
right, if you can't
But
find something.
interactions.
Mhm.
I read a story, a similar story. A girl had commented on something the other day, and it was a similar situation where she couldn't find something, looked everywhere, turned her house upside down, and then it was like, I don't know, she moved, something crazy, and ended up finding the thing that she had been looking
At
for
the
just,
new
like, on
house?
top yeah, like, at the new house on top of a dresser or in very plain sight, and it was
Mm.
just like, that's crazy to me.
Mhm.
That's so crazy,
Mhm.
I've
and I
seen that, I've
totally believe
heard
like, why
that.
would somebody lie about that
Yeah,
happening? You know what I
I
mean?
believe it too. You
Oh,
can tell
yeah.
when people are freaked out like that too when they're sharing those stories, I feel like.
Mhm.
I can feel someone's vibe. There's something
Yeah.
weird going on TikTok right now where people keep opening the app to, like, do a video, and then there's, like, another version of them in the background, or this one girl posted a video where she stops talking in the middle of it and is just, like, looking at the camera, and she swears that that didn't happen in the video she
I
originally
think I saw
recorded.
that.
Yeah,
What?
it kinda freaked me out a lot. Yeah, I'll send it to you later because I could tell that she's, like, she seems really scared,
Oh.
and it freaked me out. Like, not many things freak me out, but that actually freaked me out. So,
That is freaky.
yeah,
Ugh,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
What
that's
if it's
crazy.
just we find out it's just some, like, Halloween TikTok
Yeah.
technology and they're just
Right, I
messing with
know.
us? Yeah.
It's Smile 2's new,
Yes.
campaign.
Little filter that
Hard
unknowingly drops on you.
Oh,
It's
man,
hard to
that would be
trust
so
things
funny.
anymore with
No,
AI and
yeah.
stuff. It's just
Mhm.
Mhm.
like, question
Scary.
everything.
Scary.
Ugh.
So, anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that just yeah,
Oh.
that's
Oh, you're
Well,
fine.
creeping me
Wait,
out
Kristen,
lately.
didn't you at one point live in, like, a haunted house
Well,
almost?
I mean, there was a lot that happened there, and I mean, yeah. See, I
Oh, you
felt
don't have
like
to share it if you don't want
that
to. I
no,
just
that's fine.
yeah.
That didn't feel that felt demonic. Like that felt to me
Oh.
like really evil. And after the talking to the neighbor next door, she used to play Gregorian chants all the time because she had had experiences with the same sorts of like evil feelings. And then we found out there were medicine wheels, Native American medicine wheels in the water right around the house, and we lived by a burial ground. So I
wow.
don't know, but my daughter got really sick at that house, and we had a situation where we couldn't find Ruby one day, and we were looking all over the friggin' house for her, and we ended up finding her outside and all the doors were closed, and she was like a year and a half, I think, years old. So
Speaking of finding things in places that
crazy.
you didn't expect to, that's
Yeah,
really
Mhm.
yeah.
strange.
It was a really negative, bad, like that's
Bad
a really
stuff.
bad memory for me for sure. But
Oh, no.
the stuff with my grandma's at least, more pleasant. But
More
I think
pleasant,
there's
Yeah.
yes.
differences. I felt a difference. I really think there's a difference between ghosts and I really
Yes.
do believe that
Mhm.
like demons or evil things do exist somewhere. So
Mhm.
Do you think you've ever
For sure.
seen a ghost? Or what you would classify as a ghost?
I used to see cats out of the peripheral vision, and we didn't have cats at the time, and
Mm.
it used to bother me so much. It's like I would see one walking by me on at home, like in my house,
Mhm. Hmm.
and that was at that time when I was in that house that was all crazy. And I Googled it and I looked it up, and that's a very common occurrence for people.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even
Ghost
know that
cat.
was a thing. Yeah, and they don't know if it's like
Wow.
two realities blending together and you're just seeing the other one for a second or if it's
Right.
actual like
Mhm.
paranormal stuff. I don't know, but
That's such a
yeah.
specific thing to see. It's
Yeah,
almost like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right?
really weird. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Very weird.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, I
thanks
wish I
Reddit.
had
Reddit told me I
something
wasn't alone, so
Oh,
Go ahead,
like
sorry.
the ghost cats?
I love that you confirm
Yeah.
everything on Reddit. Has this
Yeah.
happened to anyone else?
You can have the most random
Uh-huh.
experience ever, the most specific
You'll find
niche
one
thing
person at
happen to
least.
you. You will find somebody
Mhm.
who
For
has had that
sure.
happen to them, and it's like, "Wait, I'm
Mhm.
not as unique as I thought
Or
after all."
50. Yeah, it's great. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Where
it.
you're like, "Wait a second, everybody's experienced this? Oh, I had no
Yeah.
idea."
I guess I'm not
Yeah.
unique. Oh, well.
Yeah. But well, I don't have a ton of ghost stories or really creepy things that have happened to me. I don't know even that I want to have anything really creepy happen to me. As much as I love ghosts and I love listening to ghost stories. I mean, out of all the spooky things, aliens, Bigfoot, cryptids, ghosts are my favorite things to hear about
Mm,
just because I don't know, it seems so easy to find people that you can trust, that you know personally, that have experiences with ghost-like things, you know?
mhm.
And I tend to trust people that I know telling a story more than I would just, some random guy online who said he saw Bigfoot.
But wait,
But
you don't wanna see ghosts, but you've
I
been ghost
don't.
hunting.
I know I
What are you
have, but
looking for?
I think I'm just like I'm skeptical, but I'm like a believer, but it's like
Okay.
I just feel like I would be so scared, I don't know that I could handle it. I don't wanna see one in my house. I know that for damn
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I have a whole ghost hunting kit that I was gifted for Christmas one year, and I have been on several ghost tours and hunts, but I'm still a scaredy cat. I think secretly deep down, I don't think I really wanna see anything or experience anything, but
But you
yeah,
still
like
put yourself in the harm's way, which I
I
think
I
is very
do.
know.
interesting.
I do. Not as much not often, just occasionally when I get a wild hair, but, or when
Mhm.
I'm in a group of people, like if I'm on a vacation, if I'm in St. Augustine or Key West or somewhere where, they have a lot of spooky stories and I can go in a group, I feel safer that way. So,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know
as
we
Y
definitely
scary.
yeah.
talked about doing a
Yeah,
St. Augustine ghost tour because that's not too far from us, so
that would be so fun. Even in
I wanna do
Tampa.
the Ybor one too.
Yeah, Ybor's supposed to have a lot of spooky places, like, the Tampa Theater, right? I think is supposed to be
Mhm.
haunted and the Cuban Club, all that stuff. I mean, there was one time where it was not long after, maybe like within the weeks following a death in the family that we had, and I was walking through my hallway and I smelled what smelled to me like the cologne of the person, and I stopped and I kinda, like, took a couple steps back and walked through the spot again to see if I could smell it again, and I didn't, but it was like it hit me so hard, I was like I knew without a doubt that that's what it was, but then when I
Mhm.
tried to kinda, like, smell it again, it was gone. So that was kind of a weird thing that stuck with me for a while because I don't know, I just felt like I was so sure that's exactly what it was. Like, what else could it have been? Why would I just
And
randomly have
it
smelled
probably was. Yeah, my
cologne,
mom
Yeah.
smells her dad's cigars, and I've smelled
Oh,
them, like,
wow.
yeah, my
Ooh.
grandparents. Because you're
Creepy.
like, your grandparents everyone's grandparents has a specific scent that they
Mhm.
remember as a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, I've had some spooky experiences, but nothing I could really attribute to, like, ghosts or anything paranormal or anything really exciting, unfortunately.
Hopefully, one day you'll get to see one from a distance,
Yeah,
maybe?
that'd be okay.
Or there's a chance that you have and you just didn't realize that's what it was.
That's true. As long as they stay the hell out of my bathroom, stay out of my shower, stay out of
Okay.
my mirrors, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
don't pop up on me out of nowhere
Don't just sneak up.
because we will not be friends. Yeah, don't
Announce
sneak up on
yourself
me.
first,
Yeah,
basically.
well, that sounds scary too. I'll just live vicariously through all you guys's
Yeah.
experiences.
Well, unfortunately, my
Kelly has the
story
best.
is
You have all the best,
exactly
Yeah.
Kelly.
what you don't want to happen.
Oh
'Cause
gosh.
this ghost was in my house, and he would pop up in the bathrooms and the hallways.
Stop it.
So,
Was
yes.
this a house I had been in?
No.
Okay,
And
I
you
thought
actually see them,
so.
correct? Like, you see
Yes. I do it's a
mm,
little of both. I probably say it was for me, it was most active in college. So I don't know what was going on with where I lived in college because it has to do with the place. For
Mhm.
a long time, I thought, "Is it me?" But since I've been in Florida, other than that one time when I was with you, Kristen, when we did that ghost
mhm.
tour at the old funeral home, it hasn't happened.
Have
So
Oh,
were you
yeah,
going
at Giggle
through
Waters.
a rough time at that time in your life at all?
no, not any. I mean, I guess, like, as a college student, maybe
Emotionally or
it was stressful, but not anything more than
okay.
any, cause and none of it was ever scary. It was
Mhm.
just
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah,
it sounds scary when
I
you
would be
talk about
scared of
it
it.
some
happened.
ghost jumping up on my bed in the bathroom, whatever, but
And,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so and then it would happen in high school, but in high school, it was usually family members, and my mom
Mhm.
and I would both, like, see and sense stuff, so that one wasn't scary, but
When is the first? Like, how young were you that you can remember back to the first time you experienced something like that?
the first time I remember being, I wanna say maybe, like, 9 or 10 and telling my mom I kept hearing people, like, trying to talk to me. No one was ever telling me to
Oh,
do anything, but it was just these little voices, and so
oh wow.
she would so I am of the belief that all babies can see their ghosts and angels. You know how kids will have a, invisible friend,
Mhm.
and what stops it is a lot of parents will be like, "Oh, you're just imagining stuff, that's not real." Well, my parents have never told me that because they've always experienced stuff, so they're just always like, "Oh, you can tell them to leave," but they've never told me what I'm seeing or hearing isn't real. So
Good.
I think that's why it's never really gone away, like,
Yeah.
I can still do it because I never allowed myself to have that block
Mhm.
of that's not happening. So it's probably little, but it was at no point was I ever, like, scared. It's just like I'm trying to do something else and somebody's just, like,
It's just like bothering you,
chattering. Yeah,
right?
they're just it's just chatter.
Could you make out like words or what was being said, or did it just sound like, like conversation in another
Sometimes
room or?
Sometimes I remember in college, like I told you guys, I think a few weeks ago, somebody had asked me. I don't remember the exact question, but I think they asked me, was I going somewhere or if I had something, and I was just sat at my computer typing. I was like, "Oh no, 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 I don't have it." And I could have sworn it was my friend Deborah who lived across the hall. She wasn't even
Mhm.
there. I
That's
thought that's who I
so
was talking to.
Ooh.
that's so
So
crazy.
I
Ugh.
don't know. But
Wow.
my door was open. I was like, well, it could have been anyone, and I just started looking around. No one was
Yeah.
around though.
Well, and see, and
So
I'm like that too, where even if I did have some, like you said, it maybe something did happen or I did see something and I just
mhm,
didn't know, or I always will talk myself out of it. And I'll
exactly.
think,
Yeah.
no, it was probably just this or it, whatever. I'll make up some reason that sounds
Mhm.
sensible and it makes me feel better. So,
Well, yeah, so we have this one, the one I'm about to tell. I tried to do that too,
hmm,
but, there's a little twist to this story that lets us all know that this one was very true. So this is my
oh
senior
my.
year in college, and me and my friend Maria, who you guys have met, and our other friend Heather, we lived together in an apartment, and the year before we moved into that apartment, we had some other friends in the theater, department that had lived in that same apartment, and one of my friends, Natisha, said that weird things would happen, but and we all brushed it off, like, nobody
Mhm.
ever even thought of anything. So, when I moved in, Heather and Marie were living there a little bit before me. I joined them. Of course, I'm in the little room because they they got the bigger rooms because they got there first, so that's fine. Maria, Heather, and I were sitting around watching TV one night, and Maria is terrified of anything scary. Like, she will not watch any scary movies.
I knew I liked her.
Yeah, nothing even like, Leah, you watch more stuff. I don't know if she would even watch Hocus
Really?
Pocus. Like, she will
Really?
not watch anything that
No.
even could possibly be scary.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I get it.
I think a lot of it did start off with, like, religious things, and she's past that now, but now she's just terrified of anything
Okay.
jumping out at her. So
Right.
so our roommate Heather also was, super Christian and religious, but didn't really nobody was ever like a Bible thumper where they pounded into you. I just knew these girls went to church every Sunday. I was
Mhm.
usually at home, or when I went to church, I went to the black church because I would just go for the concert, and then I would come home. So, um, and they would do, like, Bible study, so that's why I feel like this is legit. So we were sitting around watching TV, something scary movie trailer came on, and, I think Maria just was kinda like, "That's not real, right?" Like, ghosts like, she just has to talk to you about it and talk herself out of it when she gets
Mhm.
nervous like that, and I was like, "I don't know, I think ghosts are real." She's like, "No, no, no, they're not." She's like, "You never seen one." I was like, "Well, I think we have one here." And so she thought I was messing with her, like, trying to scare her, and I could tell she was getting really scared, so I just brushed it off. I was like, "No, no, no," and I said, "I think there's, like, a little kid or something that lives here." And she's like, "No, no, no, no." And I was like, "No, you're right. I'm totally, totally messing with you," because she was getting freaked out. So,
I would be
You're like,
too.
yeah.
"Just joking."
Yeah, so we just brush it off. We finish watching whatever sitcom we were watching. She gets up and goes to the bathroom, get ready for bed, and my other roommate, Heather, turns to me. She said, "Were you joking about the little kid ghost thing?" I was like, "I don't know why." She's like, "'Cause I've seen him too, if you're not joking." And then we described the exact same kid. She said, "What does he look like?" I was like, "He's little, like, brownish blondish hair." And I wanna say he was probably, like, 4 or 5. He was little. He has
Oh,
on a striped white and blue shirt and, like, khaki pants, like, we described the same kid,
wow.
and he would
Even his
walk up and down our
clothes?
hallway, and mhm.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
said, "Where do you see him?" She's like, "Coming in and out of the bathroom, walking up and down the hallway late at night." I was like, "Yep," when we're all asleep because there was yeah, it was one bathroom. Yeah, we all
That
had to share a bathroom.
is the
So,
worst possible time for him
I
to show up. Are you kidding me?
yeah. So I remember coming, walking opening my room door late at night. So it's so late at night when you're waking yourself up out of sleep to go pee or do something, you're
Mhm.
half asleep so you can talk yourself out of it. I'm
True.
like, I'm not see, I don't know why I would imagine a little white kid walking up and down my hallway, but surely this isn't happening. So like where would I get that reference from? I don't know. So I go to the bathroom, but it had happened more than once. And then when she described the exact same kid and she would see in the same place, she was just kind of like she didn't freak out about it, but she just wanted confirmation that she was also seeing it too.
Wow.
And then I don't think it would ever happen to Maria, but I think with me, maybe because I was more open to it and I didn't try to like block it or anything like that or freak I don't know what Hail Marys they did in their rooms or whatever, but I kept having experiences with him. I remember one morning, you know how when you wake up a little too early before your alarm goes off and it kind of pisses you off, especially when
Mhm.
you're in college or in school and you're like, I don't need to get up yet.
Oh, yes.
So I woke up a little too early and I still had like an hour and a half left to sleep. So I was like trying to get back to sleep. And then all of a sudden something is jumping up and down in my bed.
Oh my gosh.
And
Just
at my
like a
bed it just
kid.
kept like a little kid. My bed
Mhm.
just kept bouncing and bouncing. And then I would turn my light back on. Nothing would happen. I'd lay down and now I'm not closing my eyes. I was like, okay, is this really
Mm-mm.
happening or am I like drifting back to sleep and not realizing it?
What?
So now I'm just laying there and then it would happen again. As soon as I turn the lights off, I would just lay down with my, facing the ceiling, and it would happen again. So it happened 3 more times, and finally I was like, "I guess I gotta get up because 'cause you're not gonna stop." So I would just get up
Oh,
and go to
man.
class. But yeah, that was
Wow.
Okay, does that happen to you often when you're, like, drifting in or out of sleep? Because one of
no.
our friends has stuff like that happen, but it's when she is, like, lucid dreaming, like, drifting in and out of that dream state or being
Like
in
sleep
bed.
paralysis type stuff.
Yeah. Well, she's had experiences where she thought a dog was jumping on the bed with her, and at the time, she did not have a dog, and she even, like, reached her hand out to, like, pet the dog
Mhm.
and then realized the dog wasn't there and, like, jumped up in the bed kinda
No.
stuff, so,
I've never
yeah.
I don't lucid dream. I think it sounds so cool when other people talk about it. I
Mhm.
have because I have narcolepsy, I've always had sleep paralysis. That's just kinda
Mhm,
normal for me.
mhm.
But, I've never had a lucid dream, and I thought it was, Kristen, the first time it happened, I was like, "Well, maybe I was, like, half out of in and
Mhm.
out of sleep." But the other 2 times, I stayed awake with my face, like, looking at the ceiling and just
Wow.
kept feeling
And
him
it's
jump
kept
up and down
happening?
on the bed.
Jeez. Oh
Yeah,
my
so I was wide
goodness.
awake at that point. I was like, "I
Nuts.
think he just wants me to get up." Like
Have
my
you ever
cat
s
now, it's like,
Just
"You
like a
just gotta
kid
get up."
would. Well,
Yeah.
have you ever
so I'm
seen that oh, go ahead, sorry.
no, 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 you can go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, have you ever seen that movie, The Entity? Because when you talked about something getting on your bed with you, that's what it makes me
Mhm.
think of, and
No.
that movie is
No.
you haven't? Oh my gosh.
No.
It's an old movie, it might be late '70s, early '80s, but it's based on a true story where this woman was continuously attacked and raped by these entities, by these invisible demonic
The
entities, so
incubus. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's what's called yeah, The Entity, so if you ever get a
Mhm.
chance to watch it, I highly recommend it, it's really,
Ooh,
Oh,
really
okay.
quite
I will
good,
make
I have
so
to
that
check
my
anyway,
it out.
list.
sorry, didn't mean to cut you off
Oh,
there,
no,
Leah, go
you're
ahead.
okay. I was just curious. So I'm picturing like for example, the first time or any of the times that
Mhm.
that this happened, specifically the nighttime occurrences, because
Of
I'm
seeing him in the hallway?
yes, like
Mhm.
would he acknowledge you? Did you like make eye
No.
contact? Was he just like walking by? Like, cause I'm picturing like opening your door and being like, "Oh, excuse me," like here's a ghost
Yeah.
child in front of me. Did he look like a
Uh-huh.
full person,
Mhm. He
or
looked
he
like,
didn't look like?
it wasn't as complete I know what you're saying. It wasn't, like, as completely solid where I thought
He
we
didn't look
had an
ghostly?
intruder.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he also didn't look like you could see through him. I don't
Oh.
know, something in between that.
Mm.
First of all, I don't know where we'd have a 4-year-old intruder again, so maybe that's why nobody was scared because he was so tiny. I'm just like, Hey, kid, if you picked a lock and got in here, more power
That's
to you."
so
I don't
good.
Right. Yeah.
but, yeah, because I don't remember, like, Heather screaming either, and I think she probably thought she was dreaming it until I had confirmed it,
True.
but it was just yeah, I remember
Huh.
opening my door to go to the bathroom, and I saw his back, so his back was to me as he was walking down the hallway,
And
and
you
then there
kept
was another
walking to the bathroom?
I
Because I'd
thought
have
I
turned
was
around and locked my
sleepy.
door.
It was just
Yeah,
one of
I
those
mean
things where I'm tired and I think I'm like you,
Yeah,
I will try to talk myself out of it. So I was like, "All right, maybe I'm just half asleep." And I was just like, "Huh."
true.
So I
Maybe it
just
was a
went on, had to
shadow
pee.
or
Right, I
yeah,
just went
yeah.
on into the bathroom, even though I took note of the outfit. And then I would
Oh,
see
wow.
him other times, like, where I was coming out of the bathroom, and it just had to be dark, and then you would see him. And the fact that I
Hmm.
took note of what he was wearing, and then when she and I described the same kid, I was like, "Oh, so he's really there. Like, we weren't just
That's
dreaming this. How do we
crazy.
both see the same, you know?"
Did
Mm,
you ever have, like, visitors to your room that saw him or anything like that, or was it
mm-mm.
only just talked about amongst, like, you guys that lived there?
Just the 2 of us, except for when I had mentioned it to my roommate when I first moved to Los Angeles was my friend Natisha, and she lived in that same apartment before we did, and she said she would see something. She didn't she's like, well, she said things
Mm.
would happen. She said there was definitely something there. She never saw a little kid, but she said we all of her roommates and
Mhm.
her experienced some weird things happening in that
Wow.
apartment.
That's so neat. I know, see, it's
So
like, if
scary.
maybe if, you guys had been a little braver, you could have done, like, a seance or something, but,
Yeah.
like, I would
The
not have, so
Christian
I don't
girls
even know
weren't
why
gonna
I
do
would
the
suggest that to
seance.
you, because I
The
know I
other 2
wouldn't have
weren't
done
gonna
it.
do it with me,
Right,
so
right, right, right,
for sure,
right. I don't
for
blame
sure.
them. I don't blame
Yeah,
them,
but
but wow, that's neat, and there's something extra spooky about kid ghosts, which I think we've been over this
Mhm.
before, but
mm.
just kid
I
ghosts, why are they so scary?
It
They
was, but I
are.
feel like if it was a grown man, I would've been much more
True.
terrified, I think,
Mhm.
than the little kid. Because I feel like the little kid I kept excusing I must be seeing things, like, why
Right.
is this? Like, I wasn't even I guess I was a little startled the first time I saw it, and I just kinda watched him, and I was like, "Alright, I'm
Huh.
clearly just sleepwalking and making this up. I'm just gonna go pee and then get back in the bed."
Oh,
Like, I really try to deny it, yeah.
Like, I'm
I don't know
trying to
what I'd
just even
do.
imagine what that would be like or
I
what it
know,
would feel
same.
like, you know? Yeah,
Mm.
because
I
I
feel like I'd
expect.
panic.
Yeah, I expect when people tell stories
Mhm.
like this that they like, if I saw something, I'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like, everybody on that floor, I would have been like, "Oh my
You'll
god, you
scream.
guys!" Like, I don't think if I was your friend Heather, I mean, I guess if she thought she was dreaming or
I
maybe,
think
like,
she
wasn't
thought she was.
sure, then I get that, but, like, I don't know, I just feel like even if I thought I saw something, I would just
Mhm.
be like, I'd be
Yeah.
blabbing my mouth all over the place
I
about
think
it.
because she didn't until then believe in any of that stuff, so I think she thought she was dreaming. I think
Mhm.
she got scared once I made that joke, and she asked me, she's like, "What are you talking about? Are you
Can you
serious?"
oh
I
gosh, can
think
you
that's when she
imagine?
got scared.
Oh, I would have too. Been like,
Yeah.
"Wait a second, what did you just say?"
Yeah.
That's wild.
So,
Wow. Hmm.
that was one of the bigger ones. Yeah.
You have so
And
many good stories like this. I can never get enough, to be honest with you.
So
Yeah, that's the last really good one I had. I mean, the thing that happened when 'cause you weren't with us yet, Leah, when we did that ghost tour at
Eddy in
the
the
Yeah.
waters?
yeah, you had joined
Okay.
later, but I think when
Okay.
it happened, Chris and I were eating dinner, and it was
Mhm.
just I just kept seeing flashes of a person, so I couldn't really describe it, but I had, like, a panic attack, and I've never had one
Ooh.
before,
Uh,
so it was like somebody was in pain or something there, something extreme happened because
Mm.
I sat in one spot, and then all of a sudden, I just was, like, terrified of
Was it
something.
in the restaurant area
Mm-mm.
or the
Yeah,
movie
it was
theater area?
outdoor,
front part.
the very
Oh,
front part, yeah.
oh, okay.
Outside under that tree, there's, like, a big tree that sat kind of in
Weird.
the middle, and we sat right under that tree.
So, for anybody listening, there's a place called Giggle Waters, and it's in Safety Harbor? Is that right?
Palm Harbor? One of the harbors.
One of the
Safety harbor.
harbors.
It is safety? Okay.
Yeah.
And it was an old funeral home, which is now turned into a restaurant slash mini movie theater. They do, like, food while you watch the movies, that type of thing. And we did a little ghost hunt, a group ghost hunt there, and I remember some of the stories that, like, the bartenders were telling really,
Yeah,
like, made the hair on my arms stand up.
those were
I
good
mean,
ones.
Mhm.
yeah, they told one about, somebody seeing one of the other workers, like, walk down the hallway, and then later found out, like, they weren't there that day or something. It was like a doppelganger story, and that totally gave me the creeps. It was so spooky, but that place was cool. That was
Mhm.
fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I don't know if did I tell the one about the haunted hotel in Daytona? The one about Gladys? There's a ghost that I met there that Allison called
Um,
Gladys. She named
I
named
th
her.
I don't know if
vaguely
you've told it on the
vaguely.
podcast
Okay.
or
Yeah.
not, so we might as well. I don't think you
Yeah,
have.
I'll tell this one really quick. So I did not know I had to go to this hotel for work, me and my coworker Debbie. I had no idea this hotel was haunted. It was old, and it's one of the nicer hotels in Daytona because the spring break wore the hell out of that city. It is just not I'm sorry if you're from Daytona, God bless you. It is just rough
I
sometimes.
haven't been there in years, probably since I was a teenager.
Yeah, they wore down all those hotels. So we so we stayed in one, and it was older, right on the beach, so the backside was where the ocean was. It's really nice. It had kind of a The Shining vibe, but I was just like, "Oh, it's just an old hotel." So, I, went to bed after we had a trade show. No, we were getting ready for a trade show the next day. So I went to bed, and while I was asleep, again, I brushed it off because I thought it was just a dream. I remember a woman screaming in my ear, "Get out," and I just woke up because, like,
What?
she screamed it, like if someone leaned over into your face and just screamed at you.
What? Like, in a mean
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
way or in, like, a
Yes,
warning
yes.
type of way?
No, like, in a mean way. Like, I
Oh.
was
Get
in
the
her
fuck out of
space,
my
she
house
right,
kinda
and she
thing.
wanted me out.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't
So I was
like
like,
that.
Mm.
but because I brushed that off because and I think, Christian, you taught me about this, that exploding head syndrome. Because I wake up a
Mhm.
lot from my dreams from that, like, there'll be a noise that will wake me
Mhm.
up, but it didn't
Mhm.
exist. Like,
Mhm.
it happened the other day, I thought someone was pounding on my door, and so I sat up, but if you have pets, your pets will let you know nobody was there. Like, when they
Right.
when they don't
Yeah,
move,
Right.
no one's
that's
there, so
It's
true.
like in the
yeah.
Mhm.
moment you're waking up, you, like, hear things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like hearing someone. I thought they needed to get me to get up because they were just, like, pounding on my door like the police was
Yeah.
there, but nobody was there. I mean, because the cat just didn't even stir.
Right.
You
So
made
I
me
thought.
think of one.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, go ahead. Another
Oh,
one,
okay.
like, have you ever had the light just turn on in the middle of the night above your head? Because that's happened to me
No.
multiple times. Oh, no?
No.
No.
Oh, that
No, you're
and
alone
that
in that
wakes me
one,
right
Kristen.
up, and I just freaks me the F out when it
Mhm.
happens
Uh,
because how the hell does the light just turn on and nothing else
No.
so
turns on,
I
just
would
this
be
so
like,
my
"Oh, it's
overhead
the
light?
wires. It's a wiring
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I've
situation."
I
been
That's
get
how
telling
I'd
that.
make
myself.
myself feel better.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright,
So
thanks, guys.
and that's what I thought the lady was doing when she screamed at me. I thought it was part of my dream, and it was just, like, nothing had really happened. So, went back to sleep, kinda brushed that off. Then, the next morning, I had this little, I like a travel jewelry case, and I put little perfume samples in there whenever I'm traveling or in your jewelry. And so I had, like, 3 of those little perfume sample Jo Malone bottles in there, and I opened up this jewelry case, and one at a time, those bottles flew out of there and hit me in the
Oh
face.
my
What?
There's
In
gosh.
the
nothing
face?
I
spring-loaded
don't think
in
I
that
heard that
box.
part.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing that ever.
Me
Oh
either.
No.
my.
And that there's nothing spring-loaded in the box, so there's no reason that
Mm.
one at a time, not all 3 at once, but 1, and then
Right.
2, and then 3, like, just hit me. So, I was
Why
just
was
like,
this
"Alright, I
lady
think she
being
really
so
wants me
mean to
out of this
you?
room." I don't know, but
Oh,
it's fine. I just had to go for one night to set up, so I was leaving
yeah.
anyway, so it's fine.
Was Allison with you there, or she named
No.
her after the fact when you told
She named her after the fact. When I
Oh.
told her the
Okay.
story, she's like, "Gladys wanted you out of there." That was just the
Yeah.
name she picked.
Oh
Yeah.
my. So do you ever feel
Wow.
nervous, like, to travel, or do you just at this point, it's like,
Mm-mm.
"Whatever."
Yeah, it's like, whatever. I mean, if I know ahead of time that I'm staying in a haunted hotel, I
Mhm.
might get nervous because 'cause I'm like, "Something's gonna happen." And
Mhm.
then, New Orleans is one of my favorite cities, and I assumed every hotel there, something has happened. And every time we go,
Mhm.
something does happen. Usually little, but
But
but it
something.
yeah. I don't get nervous. Like, I would willingly stay at a haunted hotel. I just have to, like, get ready
I
because
would
I know
too.
something's gonna
I'd
happen,
even
yeah.
You
stay with
would?
you. I would like to go stay with
Oh
Kelly and see
gosh.
what
Yeah, let's
happens.
do it.
That'd be
Allison
fun. Let's
hates
do
it.
it.
I
Okay,
don't
I'm
know that I
down.
would like it, but I mean, I
I
might do it.
am
It
down.
depends on the haunting. If it's like that, I don't want Gladys screaming in my face and throwing shit at me. No, thank you. If it's like, oh, the lights flicker sometimes, or
Mhm.
you
Or little
sometimes
kids giggling.
see, yeah, or you see a faint something going up the stairs, that maybe I can handle. I cannot handle Gladys screaming in my ear. No, thank you. So I'm gonna opt out of that one if that's what you guys choose. Ugh,
Yeah.
man,
I
you're
think
braver
I
than I am.
Those are all of them. Well, it's happened. It's not so much brave, it's like when it happens, it's already over, so it's like,
Yeah, that's
"Oh,
true.
that's what that was," kinda
That's
thing,
true.
so,
Huh.
yeah.
You just attract it, I guess.
I guess so. But, yeah, like I said, I really do think it's just, like, everybody was born that way, and the younger you are, the easier here's how I think of it. The younger you are, especially when you're babies and little kids, it's easier to see them because you just came from there. Like, your soul just came
Mhm.
from the other side. Because I believe in reincarnation, so I think you kinda just came, so the veil's a little thinner for you when you don't have that block yet, and I think just as you get older,
Right.
if people tell you it's in your head, it's imagination, that sorta thing,
Yeah,
that
I
the
saw
block just builds up.
a video today of a little boy. He was maybe 2 or 3, and he was pointing down the hallway, and he was looking like he was trying to peek at something, and he kept telling his mom, like, "There's something there. I'm seeing something over," and she kept saying, "What are you seeing? What are you seeing?" And of course, he kinda had, like, baby talk, so it was hard to understand
Mhm.
him, but he was very insistent that there was something there, and then he said he saw something floating, and she kept saying, "No, you didn't. There's nothing there. There's nothing there." And I'm like, "No, you should be telling him, like, I don't see anything," or maybe
Mhm.
trying to get answers out of him, but don't gaslight him and tell him nothing's there because you don't know what he's seeing.
Yeah. And then there's
So,
always those stories of, like, those little kids who remember their past lives.
that
I think that's so cool.
I agree. Yeah, there was a series about that called Ghost Inside My Child, if you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
So,
I remember hearing about that.
yeah, that's
I
pretty
haven't
neat.
seen
When
it.
they know specific details, I don't even
Mhm.
understand how that's possible.
Right. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know nothing. I've never done any sort of past life regression session or anything like that. I love going to a psychic, but I've never done anything like that. I
Uh-huh.
would. I just never have.
You should try.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. I probably just don't have an interesting past life. Well, we're towards the end anyway, but it looks like we just lost Kristen.
Yeah, I
So,
think we did,
but
but
that's okay. We got all our stories out. So thanks for joining us and have a happy Halloween. And next time you hear from us, we'll be talking about them.
definitely. All
Oh, there she
right.
is.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope
All
everybody
right.
has a happy Halloween. Be
Yeah.
careful
Happy
out
Halloween.
there.
All
Yeah.
right, bye,
Stay safe.
guys.
Bye.
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 For more information about our episodes, follow us on Instagram at Fear and Wine Pod. And if you have a fun discussion question that you'd like for us to answer on the podcast, send it to us at fearandwinepod@gmail.com.